What's going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We're back here with another Dark Dimension Essentials, and we're going to be crushing here Node 3. And in Node 2, we did use Minerva, Hela, Ma, Thanos, and a Ghost-based team. But unfortunately, I've been trying with Node 3 with this exact same team, and we're running into some issues. Ghost is a little bit too flimsy, and unfortunately, with all the brawlers, and we've got the taunts as well from Drax and the shield security, so that's creating some problems. So we've had to switch up our team a little bit. I've slotted in Ultron instead of Ghost and just moved Minerva over to the far corner, and I am playing at a little bit of a disadvantage since everybody is a bit damaged from our first two nodes, but we're gonna try here. And I did earlier I did throw this in there and we got pretty close, so hopefully with RNG on our side, it's going to be a better attempt here. I also threw in Emma Frost as well in place of in place of Ultron, and we got about halfway, and then we got almost wiped. So then I canceled out. But yeah, no, definitely for sure you can 2 or 3 shot this node with Emma Frost or Ghost. It's just for me, I really wanted to get that one shot, so that way you guys can see the full gameplay in one video. So right here we're at a disadvantage, but that's fine. We got Ebony Maw going, and the important thing is getting the taunt and Ebony's offense down. That's probably the most important thing because everybody's going to be hitting us, and thank goodness we get to Minerva's turn so we can heal up. So again, in nodes 1 and 2, we were trying to get our abilities all ready to go for the next round, and in that process we were actually able to get everybody ready, so that way all their abilities are ready to go. And this is where it's important, where now at this point in time, after we get through the taunt from Drax, we start getting ourselves focused on Miss Marvel, because every time a brawler hits us, they're getting more and more assists from her, so we want to make sure we can get rid of her as soon as we can. And the other obstacle in this node as well is Black Panther. He is another bad one here, but we'll talk about that later once he drops. We're going to focus on Miss Marvel right now, and unfortunately Psylocke is also annoying because she can remove a lot of the debuffs. So after we take out Miss Marvel, and if I don't stray too far from the path, we will go after Psylocke as well, because we don't want that. We don't want her taking away our buffs, or our debuffs, excuse me. And what's also nice with Ultron is he's got his minions, and his minions can reduce the speed of characters as well, so it kind of has that same effect that Ghost had in our previous 2 nodes that we were using her. But essentially, yeah, I was trying to figure out what kind of combination would work, and I was trying so hard not to use Symbiote Spidey because I'm trying to focus with just cosmic and global characters for these first few nodes, because most people will most likely gear those ones up before the city characters. With Symbiote Spidey, actually, I did throw him in there, and because he throws the stun, he is highly recommended, and only if you have the resources for it. Once he throws a stun on Miss Marvel, it's pretty much GG, and then she's not doing any assists. And then also he brings a lot to the table, because he can lengthen the debuffs, and he can bring in slows as well with his stun and the bleeds. So really great character. Unfortunately, like I said, I was really trying to not use him and trying to find an alternate strategy, and I did find that Ultron was effective because we got minions, we got buffs everywhere, and so far so good, guys. So far so good. It's been about, I think it's been about 3-4 minutes already now, and we're just getting close to finishing off Miss Marvel here. We're gonna heal up Thanos. Now, what's important here is trying to make sure that everybody has always got that offense down. If they don't have it, it's going to be a really big problem for us, so we want to make sure we can always get it. Other thing, too, is if you can, leave some of the minions low health, so that way if Ultron ults, he can get those buffs of his re-lengthened up. So that's definitely a strategy as well, just so you guys are aware of that. And now what we'll do is, once we can get through this taunt, we'll focus back on Psylocke. And yeah, that's the other nice thing about Ultron as well. He's got the buff removal. I found that was a problem with using Ghost. We didn't have enough buff removal, and the taunts were killing us. So that was another thing. Her debuff lengthening was really good, but unfortunately, yeah, I wish she was able to do more. And Ultron brings a lot of that to the table. And unfortunately, Ultron is a very expensive character to bring into Dark Dimension 3, and probably most likely Dark Dimension 4 as well. So, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it unless you guys have the resources. but I would just stick with trying to one shot, or excuse me, I would just try to stick with 2 or 3 or 4 shotting it with Emma Frost or Ghost. Otherwise, because yeah, it's not an efficient use of resources, and ultimately. You can get like 2 characters out of the tech gear from Ultron. You can probably work on Ghost and probably Minerva just based off of the tech gear. So I mean, really make that he's a great character. He's good in a lot of the game modes, and I do feel like he's become a little bit more undervalued now because of Black Bolt. But I would still say once we get red stars on him, I think he can probably have a return to the meta, and I mean he still is kind of in the meta, but he's definitely become a little bit more obsolete than when he was first entered into the game. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, so we're getting close to finishing off our first wave here, and I believe if we finish off security, we should get another wave dropping on us. We'll save our heals for the next batch, and lots of minions as well. So always keep an eye on Ultron's minions. Never use the minions unless he doesn't have buffs or it's a good situation, and then that way he can ult as well. Otherwise, yeah, you're going to be wasting that ability, and if he can't recharge himself, then yeah, unfortunately he loses all that energy, right? So next wave drops, and we've got Black Panther now, and let's see here. So first and foremost, we want to make sure we can clear those taunts off of Drax, and then next thing is trying to get to him and reduce the speed on him, so that way he can't do any damage to us. Once he starts killing, he goes on a killing spree, and because we have all these weak minions on our team, it's very hard to stop him once he starts getting on a roll. So that's why we want to make sure we can stop him in his tracks early on, get the offense down, reduce the speed, and making sure he does not get a turn. And we're gonna throw a taunt here. That's just more insurance for us, but like I said, keeping Black Panther in check will give us that advantage that we need, and right now it's not too bad. It's more of an opening act, but once Black Panther and Miss Marvel have dropped, yeah, it becomes quite vicious because of that auto assist, and I believe it's in the game code where even if someone dies and assists with it, Black Panther will get that speed. And yeah, he becomes a killing machine. So keep your guys' eyes on that. The other nice thing too with the Ultron bots is, yeah, it just brings a ton of buffs to the whole team. We got offense up, we got speed up, and it makes the team more complete. And yeah, I was trying to find who that 5th member is without changing too much of the core team members. I know Minerva and Ebony Maw and Hela. Those 3 are like my core. And you guys will see that in the next node as well once I get this one done. But yeah, no, that's my core that I want to be using, and I want to be sticking with that global cosmic core, so that way it's easier for you guys, especially if you guys are trying to gear up some of these guys. And I know Hela, Thanos, Minerva, all those guys are so well-rounded characters in all the game modes, and it just makes sense to take them into tier 14 and tier 15 as well. So we'll keep continuing our assault here, and yeah, I think what we'll do is we can switch over to Spider-Man for a little bit. Yeah, usually what I want to do is I want to damage a few characters, and that way when we get the 1 minion dropping, then we have some low-level characters that we can use. And of course, we also leave them low enough just so if Ultron wants to ult or hit, he can get the lengthening back on his abilities. So it's kind of like a, it's a 2-for-1. They're ready to go, so that way he can kill it, and at the same time, they're low enough that it helps us out once we knock out and get the next wave in. So we'll take the taunt off Drax, and Miss Marvel's dropped again, so we're definitely going to do the same strategy. We want to focus on her, got the offense down going, and a nice thing with Hela is every time there's some AoE from Miles, or if somebody hits Greg, we get that speed reduction as well, so that's really nice for us. And of course, as well, she also lengthens debuffs across the board and spreads them to everybody else. So it just helps out if we miss somebody that dropped after we hit the offense down. She can reapply it, and then it also lengthens it to everybody along with additional debuffs that's on the field. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. She's good. She's expensive, but definitely worth it, and she's definitely going to be one that's going to be on my roster for Dark Dimension 4. So definitely one that's going to be a contender, and I think a lot of people have her leveled up quite a bit already. Yeah, we'll save our heal. Yeah, a lot of people have her leveled up already because of the fact that people formed strong Asgardian teams to unlock Black Bolt, and of course they also had strong Asgardians teams because they were so good in war defense, and now they've gotten a lot more counters since the symbiotes came in. But that's okay. They're still a great team, and a lot of people have Hela leveled up and geared and all that good stuff. And I think for what she's worth every penny. She brings so much for Dark Dimension 3. And I don't really use her in Dark Dimension 2, but yeah, there's just better characters, faster, because Dark Dimension 2's a lot easier now that there's more level caps, more gear tiers, red stars, all that good stuff. But for Dark Dimension 3, she's perfect, and I assume that she'll be good in Dark Dimension 4, just based on what I've already seen the finishing players using, and on top of that, there's already gameplay of her in Dark Dimension 4, and so far so good. So she just brings too much to the table to ignore, and despite her costs, her heavier side of the costs, she's definitely worth every penny, guys. So anyways, yeah, we'll do a drain here, and thank goodness for Ebony Maw. He's pretty much, I use it more for damage and a little bit of extra cushion for the insurance, but we will keep Minerva's heal ready to go anytime we need it as well. Just, yeah, whenever you see Thanos low, you got to make sure you heal him back up, because these guys, it doesn't take much, just takes a couple turns from 3 or 4 characters, and all of a sudden he's down to, down to half health already. So that's why I've got Barrier on Thanos, and I'll show you guys the roster once we get this done. I always forget to show the roster, but I'll show it to you guys after we complete this. Hopefully we can one-shot this, and then you guys can have a look at the ISOs as well. Everybody's level 75, and I think Hela's only. I think everybody's about a 5 red except for Hela, and of course Ultron doesn't have any. Or actually Minerva's a 4 as well, and then Ultron doesn't have any red stars. But my Thanos I know is a 5, and I'm trying to remember here what. Yeah. I'm losing my train of thought now that I'm thinking about this. But anyways, as we're approaching here, there's about 5 guys left on the map, and I'm sure now that there's going to be another wave dropping, so we're just getting ready here, and we'll just get some minions going here, and hopefully this doesn't kill shield security. That way we can get some extra buffs off of Ultron, and I'll probably just do an ult for energy. Alright, so we'll get the energy back, and so that way you want to make sure you can always guarantee yourself the energy, and then that way Ultron's ready to go if they decide to clear all these minions by some miracle, and then that way we're ready to go. Yeah, okay, so we'll try to rip off the taunt here first. I can't do anything about it right now. I believe Hela should be able to remove it with her with her ISO, and then we can focus on Black Panther now again, and same strategy. We've got the offense down on him already, which is great, and we'll apply some bleeds, and then once we get to Ultron's minions, we'll reduce the speed on him, because again, we don't want him taking any turns. The strategy here is to stop him from moving, same with Miss Marvel. That's why Symbiote is so good on this node, because of his stuns, and the fact that he has like amazing life, life drain. So he's pretty much always at full health if he hits. And of course, there's a whole bunch of characters on this map here, so that's why he's so good. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna single target attack right now, and right now we're gonna spread, or should we just trying to see if we should either disrupt or spread. We'll just attack. We'll just keep an eye on things. As long as we can keep Black Panther's speed below his turn, that will keep us in check. And of course, that's why Ebony Maw is so good as well. The offense down comes in nicely, but of course he also reduces her speed when he uses his ultimate as well. So that's why he is such a great character for Dark Dimension, any of the Dark Dimensions actually. So that's why we're doing that. And let's just take a look here. Now we've pretty much got just brawlers on the map, so we'll rip off that buff. And does Thanos want to taunt? Yeah, we can always taunt for extra cushion. And I always like to apply the offense down to slower characters like Drax, and then that way, if you want, because Drax is usually slower than everybody else, and if he's getting his speed reduced by Greg and Maw and by Ultron's minions, then it helps out, because then you can basically start spreading those back out to people. Unfortunately, he did take a turn there, so that's unfortunate, but that's okay. It's just it's Thanos' taunt, and he does the offense down, so it's an extra little. It's almost like a cherry on top. But anyways, yeah. So we got a couple more guys dropping on us. We got that stupid Psylocke dropping on us as well. So we'll keep an eye on her. And of course, I always like Miles because he always hits everything. And if he kills anybody like the minions or Greg, that just helps us out a bit. So that's great. And right there, we'll look for disrupting, and then maybe we can spread it off next round. I always like to disrupt because the taunts get in the way, and you want to just make sure you can get rid of those guys, and that way they're not interfering with our process. And Ultron's bots just ripping off buffs as well when you see a good chance. We'll get some health back because we want to make sure we want to make sure Thanos is good to go. All right, we should be able to hopefully get some buffs going here. I was thinking we should just get some more buffs because it seems like everything's running on empty right now. And yeah, you know what? We'll go for Deadpool, and maybe Ultron can finish him off or something like that. Yeah, let's go for Chavez. And let's get some health back, why not? And reduce that speed reduction again. So such a great ability, hits him with everything there. All right, America Chavez down. So we got 2 down now, and we'll spread those disruptions that we were talking about earlier. And really, at this point, we could probably save our taunt, but I'm just gonna taunt just so that we have some extra insurance policy there. And let's take a look here. Miles, okay, now and then at this point in time, yeah, you can just pretty much pick your targets, but I recommend going for Psylocke just because of that. She can rebound the buffs on us as well, and you know, you can also pick Miles. Miles is also a good one because he reduces the speed as well. But I'd say any of these brawlers are good. Leave the tanks alone because if the next wave drops and we still got all these brawlers and it's a Miss Marvel, then it just puts us in a big disadvantage. But taking the brawlers out first and leaving the tanks alone will give us kind of the edge, especially with this one that has the Miss Marvels. Yeah, sorry guys. I was just grabbing a sip of water there. A lot of talking and getting a bit thirsty here. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, just keep focusing on whoever you think's you know dangerous. And in my opinion, I mean Psylocke is a good one to go for because of the debuff removal. But Gamora is good too because she's squishy and she'll go down fast. And then of course Miles is also annoying as well because he's got the AOE and he's also got the speed. The reduction. I think it's his special, right? So yeah, so all good characters, and definitely dangerous if Miss Marvel's on the field. So that's why we want to make sure we can get rid of them ASAP. And leaving the tanks alone, like Drax and Shield Security, they're not exactly the most threatening characters, which is great for us, but they are definitely annoying. Leaving them alone is definitely annoying. And of course, with this particular team that we are using, we do have quite a bit of taunt removal, so that helps us out a bit there. And like I said already, just trying to get rid of the problematic characters first. I personally don't like America Chavez because she hits pretty hard, and I think she's more of a threat than the ones like Gamora or Miles right now. So I'm gonna go for her. But yeah, don't exactly know if this is the best strategy, but I do have to say that so far so good. And when I did first attempt this, just to kind of see if this team would work, I got about you know a quarter of the way done. So actually this is pretty good right now. We're already almost halfway through, so that's awesome. I was not expecting Ultron to be the chosen one for this node, but here we are. And like I said, he is expensive, but I definitely think he's worth it if you guys have the resources. If you guys don't have the resources, stick with Ghost or stick with Emma Frost. I was able to get pretty far as well with Emma Frost. I think down to like 30, 31 before things started to go south, and it's that blind. So trying to make sure you land the blind on Miss Marvel, so that way everything misses, and then spreading the blinds across with Hela. That was the strategy I used, and if you guys want gameplay of that, I can, when I do a second run or something, I can always record footage for that. But let me know what you guys think. Other than that, like I said, if you guys are trying to go for a one-shot, Ultron is the man to do this. At least so far so good, just because of all these buffs and everything we're getting. But if you're trying to, if you're just trying to progress through it and you've only got like 4 or 5 characters, and you want to pick the right ones, then you're probably okay going with Emma Frost. I'd say she's a safe bet, just because of the blinds and the debuffs and the buff removal as well. So she's really good. She also had a pretty good time ripping off the taunts as well because of her single target ability, and of course her blind, where it just rips all the buffs and then hits that individual with a blind. That was super amazing. So we'll spread the debuffs across here, and so far so good. Like I said, the hardest part about this node is the fact that Miss Marvel can just go on a rampage if you leave her alone. And let's see here. So we got another taunt dropping, and yeah, we got a couple. We got a couple Miss Marvels now, so this is probably where it's starting to get a little bit more problematic, but that's fine. We'll see what we can do here. And Thanos is big for us. He's absolutely, I think, required in this one. If you guys want a really good attempt, I think it's definitely a good idea having Ebony Maw and Thanos, just because you need somebody to tank all this damage. And unfortunately, right now in the current game, I don't see anyone else doing this job better right now. At least maybe Red Guardian. Red Guardian's in the game now, but I'm not sure. His healing and everything. Just I don't know if it. There's a lot of damage involved, and if he had block chance, increased block chance or something like that, and then he's got probably low yellow stars as well if you're trying to go through the event right now and get him. But like I said, Thanos is the man right now at the time, and of course he just has it's nice. Every time we get a kill, we get energy back. He heals himself. Yeah, not much else to say. He's got immunity thanks to Ebony Maw, and then he's got the death proof as well. So I don't really know if I need to add anything else further to that. But basically, Thanos and Maw are, I would say, absolutely required. And then Minerva's just there for insurance, and then Hela is awesome because of Greg, and of course her other abilities to spread debuffs. So yeah. And that's where I couldn't figure out who the fifth was, but Ultron seems to be doing it for us right now, and I do see that we're getting a little bit low on the minions side of things. Okay, now we're getting a little bit, yeah. So yeah, we almost got wiped there, so I gotta start paying attention. Okay, so we'll get some minions going here, and first and foremost, we gotta get that offense down back up because some of the guys didn't have it, and I don't know how Spider-Man missed that. He must have just dodged it. All right, that's fine. We'll have to reapply that somehow. So we'll take the taunt off because first things first, we have to make sure we can get to Miss Marvel, and we've already gotten rid of the one, so that's great, and we just got to get rid of this one, and then hopefully we'll be clear for a little bit at least until. There is a lot of low minions, which is great. There's a couple low guys here. But like I said already, we want to focus on Miss Marvel and get rid of her because, yeah, she is going to be a problem for us if we leave her alone. And we'll apply some bleeds. And so far, so good, I want to say. Don't want to jinx ourselves just yet here. But this is, I think that was probably one of the harder parts of this node when there's 2 Miss Marvels dropping. Because then it's like they're getting multiple chain attacks. And my goodness, it's just almost like non-stop barrage of attacks. So we're gonna taunt here with Thanos because he's got the defense up, and hopefully we can get to some heals for him. We'll get the minions going here, blow up, and then of course Minerva's gonna get her heals as well, and we do get to Mal's turn, so that's great. And we knocked out a couple guys there. Sweet. So now I think we're in a pretty good situation. Got some energy back. Oh, we got Miss Marvel dropping, and we have Black Panther dropping. So okay, so just keep an eye on that. Okay, so we'll just attack Spidey. So it's gonna hit the taunt on her, so we don't have to worry about the taunt now, at least for a little bit. And yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what we should do here. Yeah, we'll take away the reflect. Yeah, we'll blow things up there, reduce some speed reduction. Okay. And yeah, I'm not really sure. Like we want to get to Black Panther, but at the same time, we have to get through Miss Marvel. So we'll head the offense down. So that's gonna help us out a lot. And we'll reduce the speed on Black Panther because like I said already, we don't want him taking turns. If he takes a turn and he starts killing, we'll be hooped. So we'll focus on that. And now, Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, if we go for Black Panther and it drops below, and he drops below 50, I believe that's a. Oh my goodness, what the heck? Whoa, what's going on? What's going on here? Holy cow. Okay, see, and this is what I'm talking about. Black Panther is just on a killing rage. So we might not actually be able to one-shot this, guys. I think right now we're kind of in the slope of death here. We'll get some minions back up here. That's why Ultron's got minions. We're gonna do our best here, guys. I can't guarantee if we'll survive this, but we'll see what we can do. Minerva's doing her thing. We got Ultron doing his thing. And who's got offense down? We got to spread some stuff over here. So that's the reason why we've got this team, to give us some insurance. But wowzers, this is a heck of a, yeah. I think all of a sudden Black Panther killed like 10 guys, and then he just got his, oh my goodness. Okay, and then some more guys dropped. All right, so we'll keep focusing on Black Panther, I want to say. Just because right now we have to get rid of him. If he kills again, he's going to go on a killing spree. Looks like we have some space for minions, so I'm going to bring on some minions. And hopefully we can clear some of these crappy guys off the board here. Deadpool's close. Spider-Man's close to death as well. So if we can clear a couple guys off, we'll get some energy back from Thanos. And hopefully he feeds it to the right people. So we'll alt. Still a couple turns away from Ebony Maw's defense down, or offense down. So we'll have to hold on for a little bit there. Some of the newly spawned guys, they don't have the offense down, so that's where it's problematic. And all of a sudden, we had like 4 or 5 guys dropping on us. So just terrible, terrible luck. And we've got what? We got 1 Black Panther, we got 2 Miss Marvels, and yeah, so far it's not looking so good for us, actually. So unfortunately, I think this might be, we might be getting pretty close to calling it here. We'll see how this goes. We're gonna keep playing because we're already recording. So I mean, we can probably maybe do another attempt if we don't do well on this one. But we'll keep going here, and we'll see how if we can pick up the pieces here. Should I alt? Who the heck should I alt? I don't even know who to alt now because there's so many guys. Let's just go for Black Panther. We're gonna stay course, and we're just gonna focus on him. So even if we don't, even if we're not, even if we're not successful with this attempt, that's okay. I think it's still a pretty good dent. This is a very difficult node, and I think for sure, it speaks volume, the fact that we can get through at least 3/4 of it. I think right now we've already gone past that, so we'll get through 3/4 of it, and then at least that way, it's helpful for you guys, so then you guys can see what to expect from these nodes. And yeah, I'm feeling, yeah, we'll just save those minions right now. So far, I think we recovered quite a bit, actually. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Another drop. Another Black Panther just dropped. What the heck? Okay. Wow. This is ridiculous. Wow. As we are just killing the one off, they get another one dropping on us. Thank goodness we got the offense down there. But yeah, I keep thinking we're okay, and then all of a sudden another one drops on us. So let me see here. If my math is correct, I believe there's 10 guys on the map left, and now there's only 8. So that health drain will basically cancel those other 2 guys out. And now we've got, let's see here. We got Miss Marvel left now, so we're going to blow her up, and we'll get some speed reduction. Do I want to use Ultron's minions? Yeah, why not? We're going to get some defense up and offense, whatever, all that good stuff. Yeah, Ultron's been big, guys. Ultron's been big. I don't know if that's evident here, but he's been pretty big. And am I missing Thanos? Yeah, I'm missing Thanos. I got to revive him. Okay. And I don't know if I even have room right now, but I do see that we have... yeah, we can get rid of Miss Marvel. So thank goodness for that. Okay, so now as long as we can keep Black Panther in check, I think we'll be okay. And then we've only got really... The good news is we've only got really one taunter left. So, I mean, at least there's not really a lot of taunting that will get in our way. But, yeah, it's still regardless. We'll keep our Black Panther in check with the speed reduction from Ultron's bots. And then we will focus on him as well here because we want to make sure... we can keep him in check. Who do I want to alt? Do I want to alt Gamora? Let's alt her. And then that way... oh, I thought that was going to kill her, but I guess not. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. I think we're okay right now, guys. So we'll keep focusing on Black Panther. And we'll take off his We'll keep reducing his speed, and what we can probably do too is we can take his offense up as well. We'll take that. Thank you very much. And now, oh, of course, the only taunter gets in our way, but that's okay because we'll just remove it. And let's see here. Yeah, we'll go after Miss Marvel, I guess, for the time being. And the taunt comes back on shield security. That's probably where I need to. Yeah, see, here we go again. There, yeah, it's you don't have to, you know, it doesn't take much, but once he starts killing, he just goes on a rampage with the assist. Holy cow, Black Panther. So you can really see he is yeah, he is fighting back here. And the moment we can't get to him and we you know, have to go through the taunts and everything like that, that's where it becomes problematic. So that's just absolutely nuts. So we're gonna alt him because he's getting pretty dangerously close there. And my goodness, thank goodness we had defense up and the offense down on him. Otherwise, I think we probably would have been cleared by that. So definitely for sure, RNG. I want to say saved us a little bit there. I'm not gonna lie. That was a little bit of lady luck on our side there, but I think after that spectacular comeback, I think we should be okay, guys. We should be all right here. We'll keep focusing now on Miss Marvel now that Black Panther is officially done, and we've only got 5 guys left. So I can't see us losing this, but I don't want to jinx myself here. So we'll make sure we're on. We'll be cautious about this. At the same time, too, because we want to get ready for the next node and get our abilities ready to go, I will be switching over to conservation mode, and then just trying to make sure that I'm not using any abilities that, like your ultimates or your specials, if you don't need to use them. I think for the most part we should be okay. We'll taunt with Thanos, and I think that should be enough to keep things at bay, just because Thanos' taunt and with the barrier, he's pretty beefy himself, and with the defense up and everything too, or excuse me, the death proof as well. Okay, we'll blow that up, and I think the bleed should kill her. But you know what? I think you know what? I think yeah, we'll be careful. We'll just target her and kill her. We don't want to assume that she's gonna live, because then once these guys start attacking, everybody just they're just gonna you know, they can still get the assist from her. So we'll get Deadpool down now, and now, because we do have Minerva too, she'll heal up when she's going through her turn, thanks to her ISOs. And yeah, hopefully that kills off Deadpool. Nope, it did not. And unfortunately, Ultron did, or excuse me, I'm juggling names here. Thanos went down, so we're gonna just use our health, just because I'm a little bit worried now, and I don't want to get ourselves in a pickle here for the next set. Okay, and we'll hit the revive and get some health back as well. And I think, I don't want to jinx myself, but I think we should be okay. I think we should be okay now. Alright, Ultron bots are going. And we've got 2 enemies left, guys. I think we're pretty much in the clear here. So, yeah, a very, very difficult node. And definitely, definitely gonna be RNG based for sure. But this was only my second attempt with this Ultron team. So not too bad. I went in before and I got about, I think, 34, 35 or something, and I figured, hey, this is going pretty good, so let's try it out on the recording. So yeah, so far so good, guys. And yeah, I mean, really, you don't really need to one-shot this, but I wanted to do it so that I wasn't piecing together like 50 videos trying to do it all together. And of course, I did do this one before with a different team and a different time as well, because back then we didn't have ISOs, we didn't have all these new characters, and I was just going with Phoenix and Colossus. And if I recall, I think it took me about 20 some tries, so this is quite a bit faster with this team. And of course, back then we only had a handful of characters as well. Now that we've got more characters up in Dark Dimension 3 since completing it, so we got that done, guys. And wow, what a nightmare of a node. Node 4 is next, but we won't go into details about that one just yet. Node 3, 54.6. Pretty wicked stuff. Like I said, really tough node. And we were able to get it done with Hela, Ebony Maw, Ultron, Thanos, and Minerva. And again, pretty much the same team I used for the first 2 nodes, except instead of Ghost, we have Ultron in place of her, just because he was filling up a role that Ghost wasn't able to do, and she was just getting one-shotted, and I wasn't unfortunately able to yeah, run her through it because I was basically just testing her out and seeing how she is in Dark Dimension 3. So far, she's been okay. I'm not complaining or anything like that, but for sure, it would have been nice to try to do this one with her. But yeah, just wasn't bringing enough to the table, unfortunately. But yeah, so far so good, guys. Okay, so we will catch you guys in the next one here, but stay tuned. We're gonna quickly just jump into my roster here, and we'll take a look at the characters kit, and then that way you guys can have a look at what the ISOs and what their abilities are. Okay, quickly here. Sorry, guys. So Ebony Maw pretty much got everything T forward. He's level 75, 5 red stars, and I've got him ISO forward. Thanos, same thing, 5 reds, ISO 4, just his passive and his ultimate are T forward, and I've also got him at level 75. Haven't really pushed characters up to past 75 just yet. Hela, level 75 as well, ISO 4. I've got her at 4 reds, and I've got everything T forward except for her first ability. And yeah, awesome character, like I said, regardless. She's just one of the more expensive ones. Minerva, ISO 4, red 4, and also got her ultimate and her passive T forward as well. And again, I'm looking to bring her up once we can get up to 7 yellows. And last but not least, Ultron lost a bit of steam, but he has found his way to claw back in this one. 75 and no reds, and of course ISO 2. All right, guys, that's it for this one. We will catch you guys in the next one.